Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for hitting the play button for another episode of the Hetty Coleman podcast. And I'm sorry if I cough because I'm a little under the weather, but again, thank you so much. Where I have going conversations with fabulous people in order for them to share their story, because I believe that when people share their story, we learn from them, we are inspired by them, and we connect with them. And I believe that when we connect, we grow community. And I believe, ladies and gentlemen, I personally believe that community wins. And so I am so thankful today that Chante has taken the opportunity to spend some time with me and allow for me to ask her some questions just about her life as a lifestyle fashion blogger. Is that
Lifestyle and fashion blogger. That is correct.
lifestyle and fashion blogger who I follow personally on Instagram, and just really have enjoyed watching her as she grows her influence on Instagram, and continues to tell her story, and it's just fabulous. See, I'm not a woman, and so I don't wear women clothing, but I am into fashion. I love it. One of my dreams is to go to Fashion Week in Paris and New York, and just kind of watch. I just love how people decide to coordinate their clothes, and it says a lot about who they are. And so I am so grateful, Chante, to have you today. And if you would, let's just jump right into this. Give us a little bit of your 120-second story about who you are.
Okay, well, first off, thank you, Hetty, for having me. I appreciate it. Um, but yeah, so I'm Chante. I go by Chante all day on Instagram. I'm Chante Williams. I am from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Only child. I'm my mom's only child,
Okay.
so I was spoiled quite a bit. Did a lot of traveling. Have sisters in different states. And now I'm a mom to a one kid, a daughter. I have a 12-year-old daughter, Mallory, and we spend tons of time together. And so, yeah, I am just someone who is always in the know, or at least I feel like I am. And that is kind of what led me to this whole blogger influencer journey. I felt like I have always been the person who knew where to get the best jeans, like where to get the best discounts. If a concert was coming, I was the first one to know. I was always in the front row. And so I just wanted to be able to share my knowledge um, with others. And I'm all about meeting new people. Like, I love traveling and meeting people. And so Instagram has helped me, like, develop new relationships and inspire people through things that I like to do in fashion.
That is cool. That's cool. Now let's just go back into this. So, did you grow up your whole life in Tulsa?
I grew up my whole life in Tulsa. I did so when I graduated high school. I did leave, so I went to a junior college. Went to NEO in Miami, Oklahoma. I don't
Oh,
know if
NEO.
you're
Watch out.
familiar.
Now, were you an athlete? Now, from what I know, a lot of times athletes go to NEO. Were you an
A lot of
athlete?
athletes go to NEO. That is true, but I was someone who wasn't exactly sure about what I wanted to do.
Yep.
So my parents were like, well, maybe you could just do something close to where you could come home and, we don't want to spend too much money and we could figure it out.
Yeah.
So I did that for 2 years. And then once I graduated, I moved to Dallas, Texas, and got my undergrad at the University of North Texas.
Oh, nice. Now, what did you get your undergrad in?
My undergrad it was first going to be childhood education. So I thought that I wanted to teach.
Yep.
And I kind of am still teaching. It's weird, just not like children, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm teaching in a different way, but thought I wanted to teach children, like elementary education, but I ended up switching it my senior year, and so I got a degree in applied technology, training and development.
Oh, cool, 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 cool.
Yeah.
Now, what was it like? So you're in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Just for people listening, just kind of give a little bit there, just so people know. I don't know if there's another Tulsa in the world, but we're in Tulsa, Oklahoma,
Yes.
and so you graduated from where? Which high school?
I went to Booker T.
Booker T. Okay, now do you know Derek Sire?
Yes, I do know Derek.
Okay. I wasn't for sure because I want to make sure that we I know you originally not from JB's Food. You used to come to We Tell Stories, correct?
No, I don't think so.
You,
Is that in Oklahoma City?
yeah.
No,
Is that
unless I was there and don't remember. How long
yeah?
has that been?
Oh my goodness, that it was a good minute ago.
Okay.
Where did we
So
where did we originally meet? Was it through JB's Food?
I think it is through JB's brunch.
I thought that it was before that. I feel like I knew. I was like, I've been knowing Chante for a while, but no, that was the first time, huh?
But who know? I mean, you never know. I do spend a lot of time in OKC, so
Yeah,
it's possible.
yeah. Were we following each other on social media before that?
I think we did connect at the brunch, like
Okay.
as far as like the social media
Yes.
part.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So Booker T. Shout out Booker T. That's what I was wondering if you.
Yep,
That's where you graduated from. Okay.
I did.
What was it like growing up in Tulsa? Like, is it is it a real city feel or does it just feel like a small big town?
It felt to me, I always was okay. I think a lot of people do feel like it's very slow and it's small, and people always wanted to go to Dallas or
Yeah.
somewhere
Uh
else
huh.
because there was nothing to do. But I think for me, because I left so fast, I don't feel that, when I was a kid, it was great. Like when you're a kid, it doesn't, your parents can take you to get ice cream, or we used to walk to the candy lady's house, and that was a big deal.
The Candy Lady's house. Hold on a
The
second.
candy
What
lady's
in the
house.
world is the Candy Lady's house?
Oh, we would as a group. There was the neighborhood I grew up in had tons of kids,
Okay.
and they had a lot of the families had teenagers in their family that my grandparents knew, my parents
Uh
knew,
huh.
so they would trust us going to a house in the neighborhood, and one of the mothers sold candy. Like she sold pickles, she sold now later you get some chips, a can of pop.
Wow.
So just stuff like that for me makes Tulsa like memorable, and it's everything to me.
That's good. Now, what made you? What brought you back home?
So I got pregnant, but
Okay.
I did graduate first. I graduated in 2006 with my undergrad from UNT, and then I got pregnant in 2007. My daughter was born in 2008, and because me and her father were both from other places, we didn't really have a support system in place in
Okay.
Texas. And with your first baby, of
Yeah,
course you want your parents and
for
your
sure.
family to be able to help you and take care of you, help you take care of your kid. You don't want to leave it with just anybody. So that's kind of how I got back here, is the birth of my daughter.
Okay.
So she's a Texan.
She's the Texan. Now, do you feel like, are you like, I'm cool, I'm not going anywhere. I love what Tulsa's doing. Because Tulsa's doing some cool stuff, right?
Tulsa is doing some cool stuff. We are growing. Like I said, I like to be here. I do travel a lot, so that kind of breaks it up for me. Being able to go and visit and do things in other cities and then come back home. But yeah, it's the vibe is changing a lot. They are really starting to amp up the whole scene, and with restaurants and attractions.
Yeah. Now, because I see you in OKC quite a bit, so the whole Tulsa OKC, Tulsa versus OKC, what do you think? Like, which one? I know you from Tulsa, but like, let's just be honest here. Which one are you rolling with?
Well, so what? First of all, what is that? Because it is a real
It's
thing.
a real thing. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I'm from Guthrie, so like.
Oh yeah. Well, that's okay.
Sorry.
See, so
Yeah. Well, no, it is not.
it's
Guthrie's
not
no.
okay.
We're our own little community. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tulsa or OKC? I gotta go with Tulsa. I gotta go with Tulsa.
Now, is that just because you're from there? Give me why.
Um, Well, we always felt like people from Oklahoma City were like snooty and kind of stuck
Oh
up.
wow. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and standoffish, and we felt like we were more outgoing and
Uh
open
huh.
and friendly.
Yeah.
Now they may feel like that about us too, so I don't know.
For sure. Okay.
There is like this clash, and it's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think it's as bad, and some of it is definitely just out of fun. Like you just want to have that rival.
Right, 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 right.
But you know, the cool thing though, at the end of the day, is I think they're both coming up. Like I see great things
Definitely.
happening in both cities. I think Tulsa may be a little bit more artsy than Oklahoma City. I feel like have a
I
little bit more
think
of that
so.
artsy vibe, but Oklahoma
Yeah,
City's coming on strong in
they
that as
are.
well. And so,
Yeah,
and thanks to people like JB and so many others who are really cultivating that scene. Do y'all have a
yep.
JB in Tulsa? Like, who's y'all's JB?
Who's our JB in Tulsa? I wonder. Like, I wonder. I wish Brandon would do something. Do you know Brandon Keith?
I don't know Brandon Keith.
Brandon. I think that's his last name. Brandon, forgive me if you're listening to this. I'll get his name, but I feel like he's in the know, and he would be someone who would be that for us.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that's cool.
Really, really, really creative person. Really knowledgeable guy. So I wonder if that's who it is.
Yeah, that's cool. You know, I have not been to the gathering yet.
You haven't?
No, we definitely as a family are going to try to make it down that way ASAP because
Oh,
I'm hearing
yeah.
fabulous things about it.
It is so good. So there is like so much to do. If you have children, there's unlimited like space
Yeah.
for them to be kids. There's lots of good food, and I recently discovered the sunset out there. Like I was out near they have a little place like where the boathouse is, where you can go and rent boats and stuff. But
Yeah.
over in that area near the dock, you can stand out and watch the sunset, and it is like beautiful.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure there will be a lot of honeymoons and
Yeah.
proposals that happen over there, but it's so neat. Like they really get like a gold star for it. Like it's unbelievable.
That's cool. Now it's one of those places that like you don't have to just go there one. Like you know, you can go somewhere once. You be like, I done that. It's a place that
Yeah,
I feel like people are going back multiple times, and
I agree. It definitely is. I know that I've taken my daughter tons of times and she is okay with it. We still haven't tried all the eateries there yet.
yeah,
They have an ice cream shop, and my grandmother wants to go. I haven't had a chance to take her yet, so hopefully we'll get to do that this year. So,
cool, cool. Now I've heard you mention traveling several times. Like, what's some of your favorite spots?
ooh, so San Diego, California is in my top five.
Okay,
I'm gonna do that. It might even be my number one actually. Now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, like it looks like a magazine cover. Like it's really that gorgeous,
yeah,
and you don't have to worry about all the L like the how LA has that whole hustle bustle, very busy, very lots of traffic. It takes you 2 hours to get where you want to go. San Diego is LA, but without all of that stuff. So you get
okay,
to just chill. You don't have to worry about the crowded spaces. You don't have to worry about being stuck in traffic. And they have all of the LA stuff without the LA. You know what I mean?
okay, yeah, yeah.
And then I got to visit Seoul, South Korea 2 years ago. I went in 2018. And I can't wait for things to get better so I can go back. I want to take my daughter.
Okay. Now, what were you doing in Seoul, Korea?
So I was visiting someone,
Okay.
a friend.
Okay.
Yes. And so I was there, and we had the best time. Like I did not expect what it was. Like I really didn't. I had this whole visual of what it would be, and it was completely different. Like everything feels clean and fresh. I
Yeah.
know that sounds weird because of where we are today, but like even just the drinking water. Like we would get a bottle of water and it tastes like clean water.
Yeah.
Like I know that sounds weird to say, but it's very
It
different.
sounds a little weird, but yeah, I get you. I get what
It's
you're
it's
saying.
very different. Every time we went to eat, everything was just fresh and delicious. Like I love food, so that really sold me. Um, Beautiful architecture. People were
Uh
nice.
huh.
Yeah, they. The only thing I didn't like is that they can't drive. Like you can pull up, you can drive your car up on the curb, and the police don't do anything about it.
It's just part of the culture.
It's part of the culture, so they tell you honestly to be careful when you're out walking
Yep.
because they run red lights. They don't have a sense of direction. Like it's the weirdest thing,
Yeah. 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 Well, cool.
but it's beautiful.
So Seoul, Korea, San Diego. Is there just one more? Give me one more. Like
One
you, I
more
have
that
to
I
go there.
love. One more that I love. Ooh, one more that I love. New York,
Okay.
NYC,
I was about to
NYC.
say. I was like, either
Yeah,
she's never been there or just she had a bad
yeah,
experience or
New
something.
York,
Yeah.
New
Yeah.
York for sure.
Now, have you been to London?
I haven't been to London yet.
So I have a cousin who lived over there for a little while. She loves London. She said it's the best.
It's
She,
on my bucket list.
yeah, yeah. She says
It's
it's
on
the
my bucket
best.
list.
So, well, that's cool. Now, uh, my first question: when do you know when your first Instagram post was
Yes, it
for your all
was.
day Chante all day?
So it was April of 2019.
Wow, way to go! You know the date, the day.
I can look.
No, I know the day. You can't look. That's cheating.
Oh, it's a quiz.
Is it cool? Wait, she's like still
I
looking.
gotta.
Like for those of you who are listening on the audio, like she's still looking. Like she don't even care. She just straight up. April 2nd. I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, April 2nd.
Yeah. Now, what were you? What were you doing in that moment that day? Do you remember it?
I do remember that day, honestly, and it's weird because the photos that I took that day, I really did not expect that they would look like anything. I didn't think that I would be able to use those photos, honestly, for content.
Yeah.
And some of the content that I've used from my very first photo shoot has been featured on
What?
some pretty big accounts.
Really?
I was having a bad day. I literally almost canceled that photo shoot.
Why did you almost cancel it?
I got a phone call from someone who didn't have very good news for me.
Okay.
And so it kind of, it set the tone for that day. But I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? If I cancel this, then that means that I'm not going to overcome like challenges. Like you have to learn how to push through even on the bad days.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I did it. Like I like literally was bawling crying probably 30 minutes before that. I remember having Kleenex and telling my photographer to give me 5 minutes because I would have to stop and go dry my eyes so my mascara wouldn't slide out
Get
down
out
my
of here!
face.
I gotta go back and look at this picture. Like that's a lot of story for that picture, right? Let me look. I didn't.
Yep.
Let me go see if I see that. So you had this was a rough day. You go out. You didn't even want to do it, and now this particular photo shoot was featured in some different magazines.
Yeah, and so not that particular photo, we did probably an hour and a half that day.
Yeah.
So some of the day, April 2nd, I don't know if it was April 2nd, but it was around that time. It might have been the end of March when we shot those.
Uh-huh.
But the photos from that day, like I seriously thought she was going to call me and say, hey, we might have to do a reshoot because your eyes are swollen.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how we did it.
You did it, though.
Yep.
That's legit. That's legit. A great story. So what on that? So the first day that you posted that, like, when did you decide that you were going to do this Instagram account and kind of go with this, playing this role at helping people with their fashion and why?
Again, my whole thing is just all about inspiring others through what I love. Yeah. So, I knew that there were things that I wanted to do, but I always just kind of let fear decide, I guess. And I don't know. It was probably just prayer. And one day, oh, you know what happened too? So my photographer, that makes me think about this. Her mom is my dental hygienist.
Oh wow.
And
Okay.
so she and we always talk about our kids. And so I was there in 2019 for like a cleaning or something. And she's like, Chloe is like really into photography and she's pretty good. And I was like, really? She's like, yeah, you might just go over there and look at her Instagram and just, she has a website, go check it out and see what you think. And so, because my dental hygienist is my friend, I trusted her and I knew that if she was good people, her daughter probably will be too. And so, because that was kind of my thing, is like, how do you find somebody you can trust
Uh-huh.
and, that's going to do a good job? And so it just kind of went from there. Me just wanting to inspire people through what I already knew. I have this creative spirit, and it was just kind of like ready to burst.
Yeah.
And so last year, at some point, I was just like, you know what? I think it's time for me to just try this.
Oh, okay. And so, did you do any research or anything like? Did you feel like, man, I need to learn XYZ before I did this?
Well, I knew that Instagram is like a visual thing. So I knew that anything that I shared had to look a certain way.
Yep.
Um, but that was kind of it. I just felt like, well, I know that I'm a creative person, so I'm just gonna jump in here and see what happens. And then, kind of as this year has gone by, I've learned like some of the stuff that you have to know
Yeah.
in order for things to work out for you. But before that, like in April of last year, I had no clue about half of it.
Really.
Not a,
But you had did you even have an Instagram account? Like were
I
you
didn't
okay? You didn't even have one. You just
didn't
knew,
have one.
you just knew that Instagram was the thing, and you
Was the
posted.
place to be.
It was the place to be, visual, and you had this thing for fashion and wanted to inspire people. You knew you had a skill to go out and find different pieces and be able to put them together. It's some of
Yep.
that. I know recently I saw you where you were talking about the jeans. Like you had a pair, I think it was in your Instagram story or something, and you had a pair of jeans that you loved, and then you went and found them on Posh or something.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah,
let me touch briefly on Poshmark, which is kind of a part of this story, and I can't believe I'm leaving it out. So like
I'm here for you. Don't worry about it. I got you.
thank you. So I've obviously loved to shop, or I did when I was younger. Now that I've matured and learned so much about like consuming and having a daughter who is all about like recycling, I've kind of shifted the way I consume a little bit. But basically, to make a long story short, Poshmark is a place where you can go and sell gently used or new clothing.
So is this guy or girls or just
This
girls?
is what whoever,
Oh, really? Okay.
guys, girls, because I sell my daughter's clothing and I sell my own.
Okay.
So basically, I saw it like on TV one day. Like it was in 2009, I
Yeah.
believe.
Uh huh.
And I was like, okay, they're saying you can put your shoes on here and make some money. Let me see if this is real. So I go and I list about 4 or 5 things that were in good shape and I just didn't want them anymore. And nothing happened. Then I listed a little bit more, maybe some dresses, some jeans, nothing happened again. And so, like, almost a year goes by, and I'm like, oh, this is not working for me. So, like, at the end of 2009, like in December, I sold a pair of boots and I got a good amount of money for them. I mean, it wasn't a ton of money, but for somebody to buy a pair of shoes that I had worn already
Yeah.
for
Like
40
whatever.
bucks,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, okay.
Yeah.
So then I started doing a little bit of research and I started listing more. And so, kind of like Instagram, Poshmark has like an algorithm, and there's a way that you can increase your following and get people to see what you're selling, and then you can start making a little bit of money. So now I am at 88,000 followers.
What?
Yes.
On
On
Poshmark?
Poshmark.
Oh
On
my
Poshmark.
goodness.
Yeah. So they sent me probably in 19. I think this was probably might have been the end of 18 or the beginning of 19. They sent me an email and they're like, hey, we're looking for ambassadors, like brand ambassadors. And basically, you'll get to post campaigns for us on Instagram and Facebook. And I was like, oh, that sounds fun. So I did the research on it, joined their program. And they honestly, I probably shouldn't say this, but they don't pay me a whole lot of money to do it.
Uh huh.
But I felt like it was an opportunity to
Yeah.
teach somebody or help somebody.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I'm at 88,000 followers over there, and um, have met so many people, have sold a lot of things, still learning about it, done ads for them, been featured on their account. So it has really shaped, kind of like helped me shape and grow my whole, brand
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. Yeah. And so now you really have a personal brand in that you've kind of like, oh, this is serious. Let me start
This
really
is
investing in this thing. And so at that point, like
it.
what have you started doing differently from the very beginning?
So now that I know that I have to be more valuable, like it can't just be a cute picture, right? Because everybody can do that. Like we
Okay.
can all get dressed up and take a nice picture, but what are you adding to that picture? Like what are you giving your audience when you do that? So I've learned how to do that, how to be, I guess, become more marketable.
Give me an example.
So
Help us learn. Like what would be something that would make a photo or a post more valuable?
So basically, whatever you want to do is you want to get the person who's reading your caption. Number one, you want them to be able to read it. You don't just want them to scroll past. So you need to lock them in within like that first sentence.
Okay.
If
Yep.
you can get them in there, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna keep going. And
Yep.
then once they keep going, they need to read something that they believe they can get results from. So,
Uh
like
huh.
going back to the whole thing with my jeans, if I say, and I know how women are about like their favorite things, their jeans, their shoes. So, like, if I can say that the jeans that I bought 10 years ago that are discontinued, but they fit me like a glove, I can go on Poshmark and find those same jeans for a fraction of the price. Maybe that's helping somebody who, you know, went out of town and forgot their favorite pair of shoes in a hotel. Now they're missing, and they're like, "Oh shoot, I can't just go back to Dillard's and get them because they
Yeah.
don't even sell them anymore."
Yeah.
So it has to be something that people want to bookmark, like go back to be like, "Oh, Chante told me about this website. I don't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
Let me save her post, and then when I get ready to sign up, I can just go over to Chante and check it out. And she has all the details. She has all the steps about how to make it work over there on her Instagram page.
Yeah. So have you? So that would be copywriting, right? That's what they call that whenever you copywriting for your
That
post.
is exactly right.
And
It
so,
is copyright.
have you done? Have you had any extra training, or did you already have that skill set? You're already pretty good at writing, because that's like a short block. Like you only get 3 lines, I think, in Instagram before they put the more. So you got to
Yep.
know how to really
You gotta know
do
how
it.
to have a good tagline.
Yeah, yeah,
It can sometimes be challenging.
yeah,
There are some days when I'm like, I don't know what to say. So sometimes it's about recreating what you already like. If you can do something and recreate it, because you have to remember that today you have these followers, so they may have seen that post, but tomorrow you might have 20 more people that aren't going to go down your feed, so you can tell that story again to your new group of people.
yeah.
So you just kind of have to figure out how to do it in a creative way where people aren't bored and like, she keeps telling me that.
Uh huh.
You know what I mean? So we have to remember that there's new people coming all the time, and so you can, I guess, recycle content too.
For sure. Like I don't. So I'm game with the recycling content. Like I'll recycle some content potentially in the same day because
Yeah,
because one algorithms doesn't mean that Shantae's going to see my post. You
that's
know
right.
that first go around. So maybe at, later that evening I posted at that time, and then
Yep.
maybe you'll see it then. But yeah, so reposting, recycling, and so Poshmark,
Uh-huh.
Instagram. Like, is there some similarities in how you approach those, or is it completely different?
So with Poshmark, they have like this like feature too. So like if I see a pair of shoes and I like them, maybe today I don't have the money to buy them, so I'll like them. Because what'll happen is if you like something on Poshmark, it'll save it like under this little tab called
Okay.
like. So anything you liked is kind of bookmark, I guess, for
Yep.
you. Um, so the like thing is there, but with Poshmark, when somebody likes something, you want them to be somebody who's a potential buyer, not just somebody who thinks it's cute. Like, so it gets confusing because people on Poshmark don't realize that Poshmark is not Instagram, so it's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Because we can offer, like, I can send an offer. Like, if you go on my page right now and like three of my items, like, I can bundle that and give you a discount. And then sometimes if you do that and the people come back and they're like, oh, I wasn't interested in buying it, I just thought it was cute. And it's like, okay, on Poshmark we don't like when people just like stuff
Yeah.
because it's really just clogging up our stuff. The only other thing that is similar is posting consistently. So which means I need to be adding clothing consistently. Once you do that, you get more reach.
Yep.
And so that means more people can see what you're selling, and that means that's a greater chance for you to be able to sell something.
That's cool. So, do you have to have an account to be able to get on Poshmark? Like,
You do have to have an account. You
okay.
do have to have an account. It's an app, so it's pretty easy. You know, just download it, ask you for your email address and something else, and then you're in there.
So, 88,000 on Poshmark. I think you're like 2,800 or so on Instagram.
Yep. My
How
goal
long
is to hit 3K by Sunday.
by this coming Sunday?
Yes.
Like, how many are you getting in the like? Because the other day when I first asked you, I think you had like 2,700 or something like that. Then today, 2,800, right? Like, how many are you averaging in a day, and what do you think? Uh, what is what's the word I'm looking for? Why is that? Why do you think that is?
So it takes a lot of work. Like Instagram, the way the algorithms work is they expect us to be engaging all the time. And when you do that, the algorithm works in your favor. Like they expect for you to be engaging with people as much as possible
When you
and
say
be able
engaging,
to
like me keep posting or me getting in DMs, talking to people,
all of
me
that. You should
commenting,
be in stories.
liking. Yeah.
You should be in people's stories. You should be reacting to what they say. If they put a poll in their story, you need to answer it. If you don't have an answer for it, you need to go in their DMs and say, I'm on the fence about both of those, so I can't pick. You need to be commenting on people's um, posts. You need to be clicking links in bios and leaving messages on blogs. Like it's a lot of work. And when you do that, algorithm pushes my account to and puts it in front of certain people. So they're like, okay, here's a like a suggestion. I don't know if you've ever seen that. Like they'll suggest people you should follow.
No. What do you see that at?
Where is that? Where is that? So I know when I go, I think it's in activity. I think or under. Yeah. So if you go to activity and you scroll down, you can see like suggested for you and it'll list these accounts.
Okay.
And so that's where my account will pop up. I don't know if you can see that.
I can. Oh,
Suggested for you.
yeah. Yes. Yes. Where do you see
Yeah.
activity at though?
So if you click the heart,
Oh, okay. Click the
so if
heart.
you click the heart, which should show you what happened today, like
Yep.
if you had any mentions or somebody commented on something, if you just keep scrolling, You should see a
Oh,
list of,
yeah, I see it. I never
yep.
scrolled down that far.
And so, but that's what happens. Like, that's where my account will show up for certain people depending on how I engage.
Okay. So
Yep.
so it's not even about me just posting, but also just how I'm interacting within the app itself
That
beyond
does
just
help.
posting. Yeah, yeah.
It does help
Because they be like,
because,
oh, this is a fan. Like, we need to keep this person.
yeah. And then also, too, like, you want to be shared, right? As
Yep.
much as possible. So if I'm posting good content, the people that follow me should share my stuff and be like, "Oh, look at that! That is dope! Look at that two-piece Chante is wearing today. I just had to share this." And so what should happen is that when one person shares it, another person sees it and they go share it, and then another person, and then that's how you extend your reach
Now,
too.
are you talking about in stories or just?
In
Okay,
stories,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Because there's no share feature quite yet. I mean, I think you can get an app or something like that to share it, but there's no real share feature for the feed.
Not for the feed.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
for the feed.
Well, I guess you can share it now. Some people, if they have a public account, you can share their post in your stories.
Yes, that's
Okay.
what I'm talking
Okay.
about.
Okay. Yes.
That's what I'm
Okay.
talking
Okay.
about.
Which I
And
love
so
that.
one way that and usually, like, because people understand how Instagram works, usually if you share somebody's post and you hype them up and make them feel good about the content they're creating, 9 times out of 10 they're gonna do the same thing for you. I've
Yeah.
had it happen.
No. No.
And I've
I
gained a
agree.
lot of followers
I
like
agree.
that.
I agree. Like if you go through and start commenting on people's stuff and liking, they tend to follow you back and will do the same thing.
Yep.
So how much time do you think you have to spend in Instagram a day to really start making this happen? Are you
You don't even
you
you
don't
wouldn't
want you
believe
don't want to
if I
admit?
told you wouldn't believe me if I told you. So I'm up at probably 4:30, 5 o'clock every day.
Putting in work
And
on Instagram.
well, yeah, so I start with my devotional. I
Come on,
pray
come
that whole
on.
thing.
I wasn't gonna call you out, but come on.
No, 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 no. That's first. And my daughter knows, she understands it. So, I do a devotional with her at night because I don't expect her to get up with me.
Yeah.
So do that. And then in the morning, I read my scripture, pray, and then I get on it.
Because for you though, it's a little bit different because like this is a job for you. Like
It is.
you're trying to make this thing. Is this something that you're saying? I want to do this full time. Like I want to leave my day
Absolutely.
job and do this. So
Yep.
there's a different approach for it for you.
It
Now,
is.
just side note, or let's mark that there. Let's hold that. Coronavirus happens, life changes, the world changes. What are
Mm-hmm.
you doing in your journey to kind of do this full time? Has things changed? Question mark. Is it active? Still active? Instagram feeling the same to you?
It is. There's a YouTube channel that I watch, and it's big for influencers. But basically, the guy that puts on this YouTube channel, he talked about it recently, and he talked about how we just need to keep at it. Things are going to tighten up a little bit, but we will have, like, brands and stuff still wanting to work because they still want to get their products
For
out.
sure.
They
Yeah.
can't do it. They can't advertise at sporting events right now. They can't advertise at the malls,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So everything that we're getting that people are selling is in front of us. Is virtual.
Yeah. That's
So there
true.
is that component that's still there. But what will happen is they will look at this and be like, oh, we had to cancel all of these blogger conferences. There's a lot of girls that travel for this thing, and brands pay for that. And so with that component changing, we will probably see a lot of companies going, you know what? We saved X amount of dollars by not even sending them here and still got the same results when they were able to just stream for us
Mm.
or some sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it feels, you have to make sure you're not being insensitive, obviously,
Yeah.
because it's a real thing. People's families and lives are being affected.
Yeah.
So you just have to make sure that your tone is right. Like, obviously people are still spending money, online shopping. So
Yeah,
that sort of thing is still happening, but I just think we have to do it in a way that's in the right tone.
for sure. I like that. I like that. Um, so on Poshmark, are you actively growing there? And if so, do you do it in the same way that you're approaching Instagram?
Yes. So, because we have more time on our hands, which me, I'm still going to work every day. My job is considered essential.
What do you do? What do you do full time?
So I review contracts for a manufacturing company, and we provide.
How's that
So
essential?
we found out today that we're essential because we provide heating and air to like hospitals and medical
Oh,
buildings.
true, true. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
if something breaks down or a hospital needs a part because the AC unit went out, like they get that stuff from us.
Okay.
So I have to be there to approve orders and make sure, customers' needs are met.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I've been doing. Luckily, I have my own office with the door. So I literally just go in there and like isolate everything. I only have to
Yeah.
leave to go to the bathroom.
Do you like y'all see somebody in the hallway? Do y'all like go walk to the other side of the hallway? What is that like?
Yeah, they are very, very adamant about us um, social distancing,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So everybody is spread out. Like I said, nobody should come in my office. I have a phone. They can call me or they can send me an email. Like
Yeah.
there's no reason
Don't
for
be messing
anybody to
around.
touch my
Don't,
door.
don't touch my door. None of that. Do not touch my door.
Do not.
Like
I
you
don't
got a
know where
camera
that comes from.
outside your, you got a camera outside your door. You're like, Jed, I saw that you
I have
touched.
a big glass door, so I can just do like this and give them
Yeah,
the look, and they
yeah.
already know.
Don't
Like,
mess
don't come in here.
around. Don't
You
mess
can call me.
around.
I always do like this. Just call me.
Yeah, yeah. And don't touch my door though. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Don't
So,
touch.
um, so you approaching that the same though? Poshmark approaching it the same. Like,
Approaching it the same.
what are some things that you're doing intentionally in Poshmark? You just do it being super active or what?
So I had kind of slowed down because I don't know if you've seen it here lately. I am doing a decluttering challenge because I know that a lot of
30
people
days, right?
a 30-day a 30-day challenge. So I have kind of put that off just because I know right now a lot of people are at home and they have free time. So I was like, this is a good time to just see who wants to join me and like letting go. And it actually is self-care. I read something recently on a blogger. She's like an organizational blogger. Like I didn't even know that was a thing, but
Oh
she's all
yeah.
about organizing and maximizing your space. I think she goes around and declutters people's closets. Like that's her job
Okay.
and builds closets. But anyway, she was saying that decluttering is self-care. So she was like, there's a lot of benefit to it. So you might just want to, let your followers know that it helps keep our brain going in a positive, and it feels good to let go.
Yeah.
And because a lot of us will be donating things that we're not using.
Yeah.
Um,
Now, are you taking some of that and put it on Poshmark?
I found two things so far that I'm gonna put on Poshmark. I do have a box of things that's gonna go to Goodwill though.
Okay. Now, you said earlier your daughter is into kind of recycling and things like that. Is she a Goodwill fan?
She's yes,
My
she
daughter
is.
loves
So she
Goodwill.
kind of so when we go to San Diego, she's always like, "Mom, this ocean is like unbelievable. It's so pretty." But she was like, all the sea turtles are dying because they're eating plastic, and we just have to stop that.
Yes, that's my
And
daughter.
she
She's the
was
same way.
very passionate about it.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, we got to make sure when we go grocery shopping, we're taking a reusable bag. And,
Yeah.
if we use something that's plastic, we're putting it in a recycling bin versus throwing it in a trash can because it's going to end up in the ocean or something.
Yeah. 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 That's cool. Yeah, my daughter is the same way. The same way. So let's kind of talked about Poshmark. Talked about you being a blogger and kind of the reason you're doing that. Who's your photographer? Do you use different photographers? Do you use iPhone or using the DSLR? Like, how are you getting your photos?
So I do have a photographer, Chloe Jones. So if you are going to check my Instagram out, look for her. She's really amazing. She's a senior in high school. She's a senior at Booker T this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so I'm actually going to lose her because she's going away for college. She's leaving. She's leaving me, so I will be learning a lot of photography now. I'm gonna try to do some things on my own. I'm gonna try to have my daughter help me. But yeah, most of my photos are done by Chloe, and she uses, some high tech camera.
Okay. Now,
We do have some iPhone. There are some iPhone photos in there, but for the most part, Chloe takes them for me.
I'm following Chloe right now.
Yay!
Chloe has a good little following as well.
Yeah, Chloe, she does. She's super smart. She is bilingual too. She speaks fluid Spanish.
Okay. She has good engagement too. Like,
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
legit.
The kids are all over in social media.
Yeah. Does she edit her your stuff too? Like,
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I love this. I love this photo.
Yeah, sometimes.
That's a great.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's cute.
That's
I think
really nice.
I took that picture of her.
You took that? Let me
Yep,
see.
she's wearing my hat.
She didn't give you no credit. I just want to let you know that.
She did she not tag me? Because I got that picture that day, I thought.
No, she didn't tell. Look, I'm hitting on it on everything. Nothing.
Hold on. I think it's on my let me make sure. Yeah, it's on my tagged. It's on my tagged
Oh, really?
photos.
Like,
It's right there.
like it's not.
I don't know.
Oh, it is on the tag, but like typically when you hit a picture, it comes up.
Yeah.
But,
Do you see the little icon?
yeah. I just hit the icon, and you're okay. You're in there.
Yeah.
Nice. That's cool. Cool. So, like, yeah, DSLR versus iPhone. Like, I wouldn't know the difference, right? That was the iPhone. I'm assuming you took that.
Yeah.
Have you found that matters at all?
So it kind of depends on what your goal is. Everybody. I know some girls that only use their phone.
Yeah.
Only use their phone, and that works because it's consistent. But the challenge is if she gets approached by a brand, they may want something more high end, more editorial, more professional looking.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of why I like to have both, because they can look at my Instagram and go, oh, okay, so we know what her professional photos look like. We know what her iPhone pictures look like.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
How do you go about planning your day as far as Instagram, Poshmark? What does that look like? Do you have a calendar? Is there an app that you use? How do you plan your day?
I do have a schedule that I use, and it's really just my my iPhone calendar, the one that's in there.
Okay.
But I recently discovered Asana.
Yeah, I love Asana.
Okay.
Yep.
So I haven't used it yet, but somebody was like, you might want to check that out, just because I'm getting ready to add another another thing to my whole thing.
What's that, TikTok?
Well, I do TikTok, but I'm going to spend a whole lot of more time on Pinterest.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's probably right up your alley.
And I know that with Pinterest and Instagram, you have to do things at certain times for the algorithm to help you.
Yep.
And so I think looking at something like this, Asana might kind of help me schedule.
Yeah. Asana uses boards and you can use lists. And so that's the reason I like both of them. So whenever I schedule my podcast and things like that,
you're doing Asana.
I use Asana. And so, like, my people that I want to interview, I have in one list, and then if I've sent a schedule, I have sent schedule and all that, and so just kind of organizing it that way. But then I use it for my everyday to-do list as well. So
you like it a lot?
Yeah, I like it, but I have a serious. My wife would tell you I have a serious problem with jumping from one app to another when it comes to to-do lists and time management and things like that. Yeah. Yeah, but I like Asana. Asana's one of my favorites. But there's
Okay.
Trello. The reason I don't
Yeah.
use Trello is because Trello doesn't give me the opportunity to do a list as well as boards. So
Okay.
then I also use Basecamp, and so just
Okay.
a few
Cool.
different ones. But try Asana. I like it. I like it.
Okay.
I like it.
I'll check it out.
So tell me what's next for you. Where are you headed? What?
So my blog is coming. My blog is almost done. Like my actual website.
Yes, yes, I know.
So that is quarter 2. That's coming. I'm a very like I'm a perfectionist. So that's why this has taken so long. Like I'm very picky.
Oh, okay.
And so that's why I've just kind of like I haven't really been able to just nail down what I want it to be, but I think it should roll out in April.
Now,
So that's next.
what? Who are you using? Squarespace?
I am using yes.
Yeah, Squarespace is money. That's where it's at. Now, are you doing YouTube?
No.
What?
I'm so scared of YouTube.
Why are you scared of YouTube?
I don't know. So I have a YouTube page, but it's not like I haven't promoted that at all just because I haven't created thumbnails. Like it's not like these girls are killing the YouTube stuff. And I'm just like, oh man. I
Yeah,
think for me, Pinterest is gonna be more my speed.
yeah.
And then with IGTV being what it is and them creating like series and stuff now, I think I'll be able to do that. Now YouTube may come later for me, but I don't see that happening for
Yeah,
me right now.
yeah. Especially if you're a perfectionist, like trying to do multiple, so that would probably just be too much. So
Yeah.
where I'm like, man, I just throw everything everywhere. I'm not a perfectionist by any means, so
Yeah. I
so
like it.
it's easier. It's easier. Well, that's good. So I always like to ask before we jump off here, like what's on your iPhone? What apps are you using?
Ooh, what apps am I using? So I'm using the Calm app,
Oh, okay. How often
Habit
is that
Bull.
in the morning? Is that throughout the day? When are you using
I use it. I use it when I'm feeling like a little bit stressed.
Okay.
I don't depend on it, but I do use it. I'm actually going to be doing a Zoom meeting with some of my blogger friends Friday, and we're going to be on the Calm app. We're going to meditate.
Oh, true that. I like that. I like
But
that.
anyway, so I have Calm, Habit Bull.
Habit Bull, is that like you trying to do things every day?
Oh, Habit Bull is the truth.
How do you is that habit and
Habit
then
Bull.
Bull?
Yeah, Habit Bull. That's
Okay.
a good one. Like, so if you try and get your kids to do something every day, like a score or just different, it's a way to create good habits. So
Yes.
they tell you it takes, I think, is it 21 days to create a habit?
Yeah. That's what they say. You
And
have different
so
ones. Yeah.
like it really it's like your personal assistant. Like it will not leave you alone until you go in there and do what you're supposed to do. Take the trash out or whatever it is that you're struggling with that you need to become consistent with. Habit Bull will help you do
That's the
that.
one. Cool. What
That's the
else you got?
one. I have Zoom. I have TikTok. I have Pandora. I have Video Shop.
What is that?
Over.
What's Video Shop?
Video Shop is where I do my try on videos. Those videos that you see and they're moving real fast and I'm trying on different things.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's a video editing app. I have Snapchat, WhatsApp, Chick-fil-A, Gauge, Insights, Poshmark.
What's Insight?
It's a place where you go and you do these market research surveys and you can get like gift cards and stuff for doing
Okay.
it.
Okay. You found a way to hustle, huh?
I did that. I did my first giveaway with my Gauge account. So I
Okay.
gave away a Nordstrom gift card.
Oh,
because of the surveys I take on Gauge.
okay, okay. I see you. I like that.
Hmm.
I like that.
Um, what else do I have on here that we can? Did I say Snapchat, Starbucks,
So,
Twitter?
so you still snapping?
I'm snapping.
Really?
I gotta watch my daughter. So everything that she has, I have to manage her.
Okay, yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
I stay on those things, for the security. But
So
yeah, I
is
still
your daughter, is Snap her go to, or what's her go to right now?
TikTok,
TikTok.
TikTok,
Okay, she's TikToking all day.
TikToking all
You
day.
walking through the grocery store, she started TikToking.
And yeah, we got one in Target on my account.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Oh, and
So
I have Dunkin' Donuts on there. Do y'all have a Dunkin' Donuts? Is there a Dunkin' in OKC?
Dunkin' Donuts. I think there is one in OKC on 23rd. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think right there by the Tower Theater. You been to the Tower Theater?
23rd and what?
23rd and just right west of Broadway.
Is it East Side?
Yeah. So you know where McDonald's is right there on 23rd and Broadway?
Uh-huh.
So if
Uh-huh.
you go west, maybe 3 blocks or so, there's a
It's
Dunkin'
over
Donut.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Cool.
But yeah, I'm not a Dunkin'
That's what's
Donut
up.
fan, but yeah, it's definitely one there.
You're
But you're
not?
no, you're Dunkin' Donut. Is it the coffee or the donuts?
I like the donuts.
That's where it's at. I like the.
I like to eat. Like, give me the food. I want the donuts.
She said, "I'm the donuts." That's good. Good, good.
Yeah, and I got to partner with them too. So
Oh,
definitely,
okay.
yeah,
How did you get that?
they reached out to me.
Nice.
Yeah, so those are, I don't know if you can see them on my account, but it tells you, there's certain guidelines you have to follow when you're selling something. So it'll tell you on my Instagram account which campaigns are paid.
Okay.
And the Dunkin' Donut ones are. So hopefully I'll be able to work with them for a long term, and make some real money one day.
Yeah, but are you liking it right now? Just getting that
I'm
experience
liking
and
it.
everything.
I'm loving it.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Well, Chante, tell people where they can find you at. I think we've been sharing how would people find you on Poshmark, Instagram, Pinterest is about to drop, website's about to drop. Tell us where can people find you?
Yes. So I am Chante _, all day on all social media, but Poshmark is Chante, CHANTEW 23. The website is going to be chanteallday.com.
When will that drop?
Pinterest. We're looking at second quarter, so April. My goal is April, mid-April.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
I'm glad to see that you still hustling and trying to make things happen during this time.
Oh, I got a question.
Yes.
Did you click the link in my bio? Did you give me a referral? Did you give me a testimonial on Instagram to become an ambassador for Sephora?
No, is that, you know what? I went to that and I was like, I'm not even sure what's going on here. So that's what that. That's what that.
That's what that is.
Okay.
That's what that is. Please support me. They have extended the application process to April 10th, which means that gives me more time to get people to go and give me a testimonial. Basically, just letting them know what you like about my content, how I would be beneficial to their brand,
Okay.
or something like that. I inspire you. I always know where to find the discount, something.
I'll do it. I will
Okay,
do
cool.
that. I will do that. Cool. So, thank you so much for spending time with me today and just letting me ask you these questions and to be able to get your story out there so you can inspire folks. I think there's a lot that people can learn from what you've shared today, and so I appreciate you taking time to do that. High five your daughter for all of us. Let her know that we appreciate her caring so much about sea turtles and all that, and making sure that people are recycling. So we love that. We love that, and continue to do great things in Tulsa. And ladies and gentlemen, Again, we deeply appreciate you hitting that play button. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, as always, go win. Thank you, Chante.
Thank you so much.